Okay, so what we are discussing here is like, does final and static keyword are applicable for constructor also? This is an interview question. They will ask you to confuse you, like, can we define a final constructor inside a class? Can we define a static constructor in a class? So you'll see, once I declare a constructor as final, it will throw me an error. That means final keyword is not applicable for defining a constructor. Okay, similar to that, they can ask you, can I use static keyword for a constructor? No, even static keyword is not applicable for constructor. Neither final nor static is applicable for a constructor. Okay, now everyone clear after this, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, now come to array. So what is an array? Array is, you can say, is a collection of similar kind of data types. Earlier what was happening, we are storing a single data, like say earlier I was declaring int b is equal to 9. So here what I'm doing, here I'm declaring a variable which can store a single piece of data, but I want to make it store multiple data of same kind. Like it will store 5 integer value, it will store 5 string value, it will store 5 character value, anything. So I want to make it store a set of similar values, then I'll be using array. Okay, let's say, what is the definition of array? Sorry, what is the syntax declaration of array? So here I'm declaring a integer array. So once you write int square bracket, that means you are declaring a integer array. Okay, so the syntax is new int, just give the size here. Like say I'm declaring a integer array which can store me 5 set of values. Okay, if I give here 6, it can store me a 6 set of values. If I give here 10, 15, 20, anything, it will store me that set of values inside it. Okay, now how to access an array? Let's go to the basic structure of this array in backend. When I declare in new int 5, that means in background what is happening? Okay, so when I declared int a new int is equal to 5, that means this whole thing is a, this whole thing memory allocation is for a integer array. Okay, this whole thing is for a integer array. Okay, and inside those array there will be 5 sub blocks. That means it will have sub blocks inside those array which can store 5 set of integer value. You can say I am declaring 5 integer variables and combining them together in a single place. That is a integer array. So this will be my 0th position. This will be my 0 position. This will be my 1 position. This will be my 2 position. this will my 3 position, and this will be my 4 position. Okay, so don't go by the size of the block. Every size should be similar in real scenario. Just I have uh, done it by myself, so I didn't did it properly with same size, but every block is of same size. Okay. So now see, I have declared here int array of size 5. That means it will have 5 block 1 2 3 4 5, but the index of each of them will be counted from 0 rather than from 1. Okay, here you can store value whatever you want, like you can store here 7, you can store here 8, store here 10, control Z. Here I stored here 7, here I stored here 8, here I stored 12, here I stored 56, here I stored 24. Okay, so see here these are the index. That means the integer array A has stored 7 in the index 0. The integer A array have stored value 8 in the index 1. The integer A array have stored the value 12 in index 2. Okay, so these are the index 0 1 2 3 4, which will always be same, like it will always start from 0 and it will end at the size -1. Okay, and the value inside that you can put anything as you like. So let's see, let's do it. A, if I want to access the 0th index, what I'll do, a square bracket start, and inside that I'll be giving 0 is equal to what I have given, 7. I can store here 7. Similar to that, what I can do is a of 1 is equal to 8. Okay, now see what I did. In a of 0 I stored 7. That means a of index 0 has the value 7. A of index 1 has the value 8. A of index 2 has the value 12. A of index 3 has the value 56. A of index 4 has the value 24. Okay. Now, if I want to see what the particular index have stored the value, I can directly write it here a of 3 and print it. So it will print me the value stored in the index 3. Okay. If I run it here, see, in index 3 I have stored 56. If I'm printing that particular index value, it is showing me 56. Okay, guys, clear? Everyone?
Yeah.
If I want to print all the values without printing one by one, what I can do is I can go inside a loop. I can just go a dot length I plus plus. Now see, I have used a loop and I've printed all the values present in the array. What I did is I ran the loop from 0 to the length -1 value. I less than a dot length means it will run the loop up to a dot length -1. That is 5 minus 1. It will run from 0 to 4. That is from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it just printed a of 0 to a of 4. So it printed all the values. Clear, guys? How to access a loop? Sorry, how to access a array? How to put values inside a array? Everyone clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now we will see here interview question. Okay. Now they will ask you, okay, I have an array in which the values are stored in a random way. Like the values here is 7, 8, 12, 56, 24. Now you can say this 24 is less than 56. Okay. So that is not present in a sorted way. In interview, they will ask you write a logic in which I can sort an array in a ascending order or a descending order. Like here in my array now we are seeing the values are present in a random way. Like it's not present in either ascending or descending order. It is present in a random way. So now I have to arrange this particular array by writing some code to make it in a sorted order. Like once I print the array, it will print me all the values in a sorted order. Like what will happen if I do it in ascending order? It will store values like this. The 0th index will have 7, then I have 8, 2 have 12, 3 would have 24, and 4 would have 56. That means I am not using any new values. I am using those set of values, just I am putting them in the places of array in such a way that they are present in a ascending or descending order. Okay. So before going to that interview question, I'd like to say two more interview question before that. Okay. So this one everyone is clear. I'm just removing it. Now say, now what I will say, that is not an interview question. Like you may say there is two integer. I will swap the value using a third variable. Okay. So what I will be doing, like say here we have int b and int c 6, and I'll swap the value of b in C and C's value in B. That means after putting the logic, B will have 6 and C will have 9. So what I can do is I can just assign temp with the value of B. Then what can I do? I can assign B with C. Then what I can do? I can assign C with temp. Okay. Now when I will be printing both of them, you'll see what is the B value and what will be the C value. This is using a third variable I'm doing. They will never ask this question in interview. Just for the sake of showing, I'm showing you. It's not an interview question. Without using a third variable, that is an interview question. That I'll show you next. Now see, it we just forget this particular thing now for now. Uh, Just forget this. Now see. So I have a int b with value 9, int c with value 6, and I have a temporary variable. Using those temporary variable, I am just exchanging the value of c to b and the value of b to c. Okay. So what I can do is I can store the value of temp is equal to b. That means now temp is equal to 9. Here what happened? Just understand how it is happening. Temp is equal to 9. Now what happened here is b is equal to c. That means I assigned b is equal to 6. Okay, now what I did here is c is equal to temp. That means c is equal to temp. What is the temp value? 9. Okay, so now see, yeah, anyone asking? Okay, now see, I have exchanged the value successfully to b is equal to 6 and c is equal to 9. Earlier b is equal to 9, then c is equal to c. Once I run it also, you'll see the values are exchanged. See, 6 and 9. So you got clear how to exchange the value using a third variable? Everyone, yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Okay, just say yes or no while I'm asking so that I will get to know like you are in sync. Okay, so this is not an interview question. This I showed you just for the sake of showing. But now comes the interview question. Just reverse or just exchange the values without using a third variable. That means I will not be given this particular variable and I have to exchange the value. And that is the interview question now. So how can I achieve it without using a third variable? That's a tricky question. Okay. So what I can do is first I'll be doing v is equal to b plus c. Okay, guys, so I'll check it what I'm missing here. Okay, 6 and 9. Yeah, perfect. Okay, now see. Now see the logic. What I have applied to exchange the value without using a third variable. Okay, so what I did here in the first case is just one thing I did mistake is first I have to assign it in C. I just exchange their position. That's it. Now here, what does the v value become? V is equal to b plus c. That means 9 plus 6. 9 plus 6, what is it is? 15. Okay. Now what I did here is c. C is equal to what? B minus c. That means now b value have become 15. 15 minus c. C is 6 is equal to 9. Now I assigned c with the value 9. Okay. Which was earlier the value of b. Similarly for b, what I did here is b is equal to b minus c. Now what is the value of b? B is same 15. It hasn't changed. 15 minus c, that is 9, is equal to 6. Okay. So I assigned c with 9 and b with 6. So now what you saw is we have interchanged the value of both the integer without using a third variable. Remember guys, this is very important interview question. Okay. Same thing you'll be also doing with string. I'll show you how in tomorrow class while learning about string. Okay. Now come to our previous interview question. How to sort an array? You got it, guys? How to exchange the value without using a third variable? Everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I have this all value. Let shuffle it more. Okay. Let's put here 80. That means first I have 7, then 80, then 12, then 56, then 21. Now let's just sort it out. Okay. So for sorting a particular integer array, what I have to do is I have to apply two for loops in my logic and compare each. So what I'll do here is In first loop, just let me write the loop, you'll understand. For you guys know all these thing, or like I'm telling it for the first time for you guys? You know, everyone know all these things? Yes, no?
I have an idea.
You have an idea, and rest
Yes.
three, do you have an idea, or just I'm telling it once again?
Yeah, I have an idea about it.
So tell me the logic, ping me, type in your side and ping me the logic. What will be the logic for this particular program? Ping me. I-
We can directly add but sort function, right? Array dot sort.
Yeah, that we can do, but without you in interview they'll ask you sort the array without using any predefined function. They want to see your logic. That's why I'm telling this one, because I know this is an interview question.
Okay.
Even in string there are a lot of functions, predefined function available, but in interview they will specifically they don't use any function that is already predefined in Java. Without using it, you just do that program. Okay. In Selenium, you don't think, oh, in Selenium or in API automation testing, don't think they will ask only question from Selenium or API automation testing. 50% or 60% question will from Java only. Okay. So your Java knowledge also need to be good if you want to crack the interview. That's why I'm focusing on all these things. Even if I don't tell all these things, that's okay for Selenium or API automation testing, what any automation testing you're going for. Now see, once I sorted the array, they all the values are present in a sorted way. First 7 is present, then the next higher 12 is present, next the next higher 24 is present, then 56 is present, then 80 is present. Before sorting, what was there? You can just check how it got sorted out. See, so after sorting, so you guys are clear about the logic, or shall I explain it? Anyone not clear, tell me.
Sir, please explain. I am not clear.
Mhm. See, what someone told me just now, like we can use the sort function. Okay. See, the sort function is not present in array. It is present in list, which we'll learn next. So in array, there is no such called sort function and all. So in array, you have to write a logic to sort it. List has a sort function, so that will learn in collections. Okay. Now see, if I run this particular code, see, before sorting it was 7, 80, 12, 56, 24. Now after sorting, what happened? It becomes 7, 12, 24, and 56 and 80 according to the ascending order, how normally we arrange in numeric. So what here we did is a simple logic. The logic is I just created two for loop. I just created two for loops. Okay. And inside the outer for loop, what I did is I'm showing you here. What I did for I is equal to 0, I just compare this 0th index value with all other values in the array. Okay, this particular inner loop will start its execution from I is equal to 1 to the last index. That means it will compare this particular value with this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, so once it finds a value which is smaller than its own value, what will do, it will exchange its own value with that value. That means if I here, if it is 70, oh shit, here if it is 70, so and here it's find 8, so in the first iteration only it will exchange the value from here 8 to here 8, and from here 70 to here 70. Now let's did you understand, or I'll make you understand in a more clear way? Hello guys, who have asked me a question?
Sir, I asked. Yes, sir. Sir, please explain.
Oh, you need more explanation. Okay, let's see. So how, for int I is equal to 0. Okay, so for int I is equal to 0, how many loop will be there? So the inner loop will run from how much? From j is equal to I plus 1. That is j is equal to 1 to j less than 5. So I have, for I is equal to 0, I have j is equal to 1. Okay, so let's see first time what is happening. J is equal to 1. In j is equal to 1, what is happening? Let me arrange the value 7, 80, 12, 56, 24. Okay. Okay, now see. For j here for outer loop it is the first loop only, first iteration. Okay, for I is equal to 0, this is the first iteration. Now when comes inside the loop, so it will go for the first iteration, j is equal to 0 plus 1, j is equal to 1. So in j is equal to 1, it will check if a of 1 less than, here it will check what, if a of 1 less than a of 0, because I is equal to 0 till now. Is it true? That means if is 80 less than 7? No. That means it will not go inside this for loop. Got my point? Just say yes or no. Who has asked me the
Yeah.
question?
Yes.
So similarly,
Yeah. Yes, sir.
similarly, in the second loop, what will happen? This I is same as 0, but j value changes to 2. Okay. So now tell me, if a of 2 is a of 2 less than a of 0? Is 7 less than
No.
12? No. So it will not go inside the if
No.
loop.
No.
Then again
Yes.
I is equal to 0, j is equal to 3, a of 3. Is it true? No. It is also not true. Then again j is equal to 4. Is it true? No. It is also not true. So the first iteration of I does nothing in the array because 7 is itself the lowest value from all the values present in the loop. Okay, sorry, in the array. The 7 is already the lowest value present in the first place. My logic aims at keeping the lowest value in the first place for the first iteration. Now let's go for the second iteration. Here a change will be made because 80 is greater than most of the values in the other index of the array. Okay, for for I is equal to 1. Now for I is equal to 1, what will happen? My loop will run from I is equal to 1 and j is equal to, start from I plus 1, that is 1 plus 1, that is 2. J is equal to 2. My loop will start from j is equal to 2. Okay, now here just tell me a of 1 less than a of I. A of I means sorry, a of j means a of 2. Sorry, a of 2 is less than a of I, that is 1. Is the condition true? That means 12 is less than 80. Yes, my condition is true for this particular scenario. I is equal to 1
Yeah.
and j is equal to, the condition true. So here what will happen is the value will change. That means 12 will come here and 80 will go here. Means this if condition will be satisfied, this swapping of value will be executed, and now my array will look like 7, 12, 80, 56 and 24. Okay, now these two position value got exchanged. As this condition got satisfied, it went inside this if loop and these two position value got exchanged. From 8012 to it got changed to 1280. Clear? Now again the same check will go on. A of 3 less than A of 1. Now A of 1 value have changed from 80 to 12. Earlier it was 80. Here A of 1 is equal to 80. Sorry, A of 1 is equal to 80 in the earlier class. Now A of 1 is equal to 12. Now let's tell me, is 12 less than 56? No. That's right, no execution will be done here. Right? Just say me yes or no. You got yes?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, yeah, got it, sir. Got it.
Okay. Similarly, you will see here A of 4 less than A of 1. Is it true? No. A of 4, that is 24, is less than 12. No. So no execution will be done. So at the end of my I is equal to 1 loop, I got this particular values in my array, that is 7, 12, 80, 56, 24. Now go for I is equal to 2. So I is equal to 2 and j is equal to 3. Okay, 2 plus 1 3. So let's see, A of 3 is less than, sorry, A of 2. Is it true? 0, 1, 2, 3 is 56 less than 80. Yes, it is true. Now
Yes.
don't see this
Yeah.
particular values. Now it has been replaced with this new values. So we have to refer this new value. Now we'll see if 56 less than 80. Yes. So what will happen? Just interchange of value from 56 here, 80 to here will happen. These two place value will get interchanged. So my new array values will be 7, 12, 56, 80 and 24. Similarly, for I is equal to 3, sorry, I is equal to 2, j is equal to 4. A of 4 less than A of 2. So what I missed is A of 4, that is 24, is less than A of 2. Yes, is less than A of 2. So what will happen? 24 will come here and 56 will come here. That means the new array will be 7, 12, 24, 80 will remain as it is, and 56. Okay, this condition also satisfy, right? We have missed it out. Yeah, this condition will also satisfy. So what will happen? A4, that is 24, is less than 56. Yes. So what will happen? The value here and here will get exchanged. So new array value will be 7, 12, 24, 80 and 56. So when it comes to I is equal to 3, it will check for A of 4 less than A of 3. That means 56 is less than 80. Yes. So what will happen? These two value will be exchanged. So my new value will be 24, 56, 80. Now I got the sorted array. Okay, got the point how the sorting took place? Got the logic, everyone? Guys?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the interview question, so just keep it in mind. Okay, now you knew how to sort and you saw how the sorting is done. So now let's learn how to use collect. See, what is the means disadvantage of this particular thing? Can you tell me? What is the disadvantage of array? Anyone? Just tell me. Disadvantage of this particular array is that I can store a fixed set of value. That means if the size is 5, I can store only 5 set of values. I can store 6 set of integer value in the inside this array. That is the biggest limitation or biggest disadvantage of an array, that I can store only a fixed set of value which I have declared at the time of declaration. That means what I am trying to say is, just removing it. See, if I write, or if I want to access a of 4 also, it's okay because it is logically available. So if I want to access, I can access it and do any operation I want to do it with it. Okay. See, what of it? Okay, I did it. But if I just write out a of 5, which is logically not available, but syntactically this particular line of code is correct, so it is not throwing me any red line here because syntactically it is present, means it is correct. But logically when you'll see, there is no such element because a of 5 doesn't exist in real time. So if I run this particular code, so what will happen? See, an error is thrown. That is a array index out of bound exception. That means you are searching an index which is not present in that particular array. So it is in array index out of bound exception. So I don't want this particular red thing to come in my program. Okay. So what I can do for that, I can use error handling. Okay. So for error handling, I have two ways to handle error in Java, that is using a throws keyword and using try catch block. Now let's first do it using try catch block. Okay. So if you write try, catch is mandatory. And inside catch, you some exception you have to give. Like here array index out of bound exception, I can give that, or else I can give the parent of this particular exception. Every exception has its parent class, that is exception class. So instead of going individually to each of the exception class, I can directly give the parent exception class, because in earlier class what you have learned is in the parent object you can store child instance, that is of casting, which is allowed in Java. So in like from this particular exception, what should I have written here is array, because I am saying this particular exception is being thrown. So the catch will catch that particular exception which is thrown. Which type of exception is thrown? Okay, I should write here this particular exception, because this particular exception is being thrown. But instead of writing this particular class, this is a class only. See, this is a class. C is denoted. This is a class only. But instead of writing or creating the object of this particular class, I can just use exception because it's the parent class of every exception class. And in the previous class only, I have told that object of parent class can store the instance of child class. So without worrying of which type of exception will be thrown, I will be just using the exception class. It will work for every exception because it is a parent class of every exception class. Okay, so here inside try, what I'll do, I'll just give those line of code which I think it may throw an exception. Okay, so I'll give this particular line inside try because it may throw an error or exception in my program. I know it as a programmer or as a logic developer. I know it. Yes, this line of code may throw an exception. So in catch, instead of seeing all these red lines and all these exceptions, you can give your custom message like, I have catched you. So when I'll run, see, earlier class, what it was happening, it was throwing me an error. Now if I'll run it, an exception will be thrown, but it will be handled by my custom lines of code which I've written inside catch. See, first 24 is printed for this one, it's okay. But for the second line, it is actually throwing me an error, but it is handled by my customs lines of code that is written inside the catch. Okay, if you want like to see what is the message being thrown from here to the catch, you can just use the command dot get message. So it will show you the message, actual message thrown by Java. It's showing 5. 5 means it is showing the index. For why it is throwing me an error? Because the index 5 is not present. Okay. So this is how we handle a exception in try catch. But there is earlier in earlier class we have learned about final and finalize. Remember guys, we learned about final and finalize. Now I'll be showing the use of finally. Okay, finally is used with try catch. It will use with try catch and after the catch block. Okay, let's say remove it. See, so this is an interview question, guys. Interviewer will ask you what is final, what is finally, and what is finalized. Directly, they will ask you the 3 keywords. Okay. So earlier we have seen final and finalize. Now I am showing you what is finally. Finally is a keyword which is used in try catch block, and finally gets executed even though there is an exception or there is not an exception. In this scenario, there is an exception in try which is being thrown for to catch. So if I'll run it, yes, finally will get executed. Is for normal scenario. Proceed. So here it came, it throwed an error. That's why it didn't printed a is equal to 5 and it went to catch and did, and I am finally is executed. But if I print here a is equal to, here I print the a tooth index value. Okay. So what will happen? Just I'm commenting it out here. So what will happen? no error will be exception will be thrown because it exists. A of 2 exists, that is 12. So it got printed 12. So my control didn't come inside this catch block and the lines it didn't got executed. But you'll see finally block is executed. That means if a exception is thrown or not thrown, that doesn't matter. If a finally block is there, it will always be executed. Got my point, guys? Yes, no?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now see, here when I'm writing the lines of code, that Java for syntax in Java, understand it, syntax is correct, but that error will be thrown, it will be thrown in the runtime. Okay, so like Java doesn't know while writing the code that it may throw an error. Okay, it may be thrown in the runtime once it doesn't find that particular index. But there are some of the commands which Java know before execution that it may throw an error. It may. Okay, so that is thread.sleep is such a command, or there are multiple commands in Java, but one such command is thread.sleep, which will also be using in Selenium. So this is a particular command which Java knows before running or before executing that command. Yes, this line may throw an error. So for the lines which Java already know that this line will throw an error, may throw an error. What it does, it gives us two options. Either one of the option is try catch, which we saw here, we can use it and just handle that exception. But there is another way also, which Java gives us. Like once I hover it, you will see the two options it will show me. One option is try catch, which we saw just now, and another option is add throws declaration. So what will happen? A throws keyword will be associated with the method declaration with the type of exception it may throw. Like it was array, so it was for showing me array index out of bound exception. So this is related to time. So it will throw me interrupted exception. Okay. What am Okay, it's main block. Okay, okay. Let me create another. Let's void function. So in main public static environment, you cannot use it because it is a predefined signature which Java recognize. So we are creating another function and I'm using that particular same block threader sleep. So it has two options around try catch, which we saw now. We can do it. We can keep it inside a try and the catch will execute the lines of code if exception occurs. But let's see the use of throws block. So once I use throws block, it will append a keyword throws in the function signature and will throw that particular exception which is associated with that particular line of code. Okay, so this is the two way in which I can handle the exception. One is try catch and another is throws keyword. Okay, so in this two way I can handle the exception. Either I can use try catch or I can use throw keyword. Now the interviewer, now is the interview question, what is the difference between throw and throws? That is the interviewer question. Okay, now see, this you understood try catch, I'm just removing it. Okay, just leave it. Now interviewer asked me what is the difference between throw and throws keyword. Okay, let's say intentionally we have saw how to stop the loop execution. I use the keyword break. Similarly, intentionally, if I want to throw an error intentionally out of no cause, if I want to throw an error, what I can do is I can use the throw keyword. Throw new. Oh, same thing here. I cannot declare limit. Just make it. So you understood, right? What is the difference? I'm creating another function so you'll able to understand. Void error and I'll make it static. So you don't directly use inside the main because main doesn't allow. It is a predefined syntax of that particular function. Okay. Now see here what I did. I intentionally threw an exception. Okay. I intentionally threw an exception out of nowhere. No exception is there, but I intentionally threw an exception. So if you want to intentionally throw an exception, use the throw keyword. So you got it. What is the difference between throws and throw keyword? Throws is used for error exception handling, and throw is used for intentionally throwing an error at any point of time in the code. So if I will call this particular function, see, if the error will be thrown, then only I will be able to execute the catch block. Let's see, error is thrown or not. See, I'm catch block. And once I use this particular command e.print status, it will just print the particular error which was getting printed without using the catch. If I just comment out, you'll see that will not be printed. I'm just catch. So why the catch block is getting executed? Only because this particular line is throwing me an error. But you see inside those function, I have no such line which can throw me an error. Only line is that where I have intentionally threw an error. Okay. So this is the difference between throws and throw. That is of a very important interview question. Now comes what is the use of continue keyword. Okay. So let's say this particular block is present inside a for loop. Less than 2 I plus plus. Okay, let's say, and one more thing, if you haven't handled a particular exception, if an exception is thrown, the program execution stops there. If you have handled, then the next line of code which are present after those exception will be executed. If you haven't handled using try catch na, it will just stop the execution of the program, that the next line of code will not be executed. So always error handling is preferred because the next line of code will not get hampered because of a single line. Let's say you have 1,000 lines of code and the exception occur at ninth line. So what will happen, the program execution will stop there and all those 900 lines after that will not get executed. So if you have handled it using try catch or throws block, you can particularly try catch block, so you can expect those 900 lines of code will also get executed after the exception is thrown. So always try to handle the exceptions in the code so that the next line of code don't go waste, they got executed. Okay, now see, I want this particular loop to continue even though there is an exception in my lines of code which I've written inside it. Okay, so what I mean here, exception is thrown, but I want my loop to go on and execute according to the cycles I have assigned to it. So what I can do here is in catch I can use a word continue. Okay, so continue is just the, you can say, reverse of break. Means break there I was intentionally breaking the loop, but continue will intentionally make the loop go on forward, go on up to its destination. Okay, so this is just the reverse of break statement, continue, and it is used inside the loop only. Okay, guys, clear up to this much? The very important concepts. Clear, everyone?